headlines of this hour on VTV News. Vietnam's FDI disbursement reaches record high in 2024. And later on, trade unions boost worker support for the Tet holiday.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Good morning. It is 8 a.m. local time in Hanoi, and you're watching VTV News. I'm Huynh Trân with the top stories. During a meeting with Bình Dương Military Command, Party General Secretary Tô Lâm urged the province to adopt science and technology, advance digital transformation, and restructure its economy, all while maintaining security and defense. He directed the armed forces to implement party resolutions, enhance combat readiness, and work with other forces to support socio-economic development and improve living standards. In a separate meeting with Bình Phước Provincial Police, the party leader stressed the importance of upholding provincial traditions, exceeding targets set by the 13th Party Congress, and preparing for upcoming party congresses before the 14th National Party Congress. He also called for reforms to streamline the political system, strengthen the public security force, and align security measures with socio-economic development to boost regional growth. And at the approval ceremony for Ho Chi Minh City's master planning scheme, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính praised its innovative thinking and strategic vision. He called on the city to develop policies that would mobilize resources, attract investment, strengthen connectivity, and spearhead digital transformation and innovation, all while building high-quality human resources and drawing talent. The Prime Minister highlighted key priorities, which include streamlining administration, speeding up public investment, focusing on major projects, and testing new policies for broader development. In a subsequent meeting with city leaders about project delays, the Prime Minister instructed ministries and localities to propose adjustments for 11 project groups and sought solutions for 200 ongoing projects under new laws. Of 66 real estate projects, 34 have been resolved, while the remaining 32 will be addressed through existing regulations or new proposals. He emphasized the prevention of mistakes, corruptions, and waste, while reaffirming the government's commitment to supporting the city's future growth. Vietnam reached a historic milestone in foreign direct investment FDI disbursement in 2024, totaling $25.3 billion, according to the Ministry of Planning and Investment. Throughout the year, the foreign investment sector continued to play a pivotal role in the nation's trade activities. Exports from this sector grew by over 12% compared to 2023, accounting for nearly 72% of Vietnam's total export value. Imports also saw a notable increase, rising by 15.5% year-on-year. Now, in terms of international partners, 2024 saw investments from 114 countries and territories, with Singapore leading as the top investors, contributing approximately $10.2 billion. Now, as noted by the World Bank and the Asian Development Bank ADB, Vietnam remains a magnet for foreign investment, even as global capital flows have declined. This success is exemplified by Bắc Ninh province, which led the nation in foreign direct investment (FDI) last year.
Bắc Ninh has attracted nearly $2 billion in registered investment capital since the beginning of this year, almost matching the province's total FDI for 2022.
We have plans to expand investment, particularly in research and development, as well as in the production of OLED screens for smartphones. Since last year, we have expanded the production of such screens.
In 2024, Bắc Ninh province led the country in FDI attraction with over $5 billion, an increase of 3.1 times compared to the same period in 2023.
We base our strategy on potential and prioritize developing high technology linked to the growth of local businesses to create an ecosystem. The key priority is administrative reform, focusing on time-saving and cost-efficient procedures and ensuring transparency and openness.
In 2024, semiconductor manufacturer Amkor Technology invested an additional $500 million USDs, while Apple's manufacturing partners Foxconn and Luxshare expanded their operations.
Vietnam's capacity to attract foreign investments remains strong, and this is for several important factors. First, the fact that the country is able to offer stability to investors. This is extremely important.
Global FDI attraction in 2025 will face many challenges as major countries are expected to introduce policies aimed at retaining investors. This requires Vietnam to strengthen efforts in improving the investment environment.
Welcome back to VTV News Live. Over the weekend, temperatures at Fansipan's summit dropped below 0 degrees Celsius, marking the 6th consecutive day of frost. Sunday morning brought the winter's thickest frost layer yet, as the combination of low temperatures, light rain, and drizzle caused rainwater to freeze into a nearly 1 centimeter thick coating. The frost blanketed the summit's paths, railings, trees, and grass. And though frost has appeared several times this winter, this accumulation was the most substantial to date. The Lunar New Year is a time for family reunions when everyone returns home. However, many union members and workers face worries about daily necessities and finances during this period. In response, trade unions at all levels have launched various initiatives to help ensure every union member and worker can enjoy their Tet holidays.
Hong and her husband are factory workers. Their monthly income is just enough to cover their living expenses, leaving them no savings. The 120 USD support given by the Hanoi Federation of Labor will help her family have a more fulfilling Tet.
This support is very practical during Tet. It makes us feel happier, and I'm truly grateful to the trade union for their assistance.
The Hanoi Federation of Labor will distribute 2.8 million USD in cash and 30,000 gift packages, while also providing free bus tickets for workers to return to their hometowns for Tet.
We have monitored workers' Tet bonuses. In addition, we also use our own funds to provide additional support to workers during Tet.
We will cooperate with businesses to provide discounted goods for workers. We also closely monitor the production situation of companies.
The Lunar New Year represents trade unions' largest annual support initiative for workers across all levels. An estimated 1/3 of union members and workers will receive gift packages valued at a total of 295,000 USD.
Through coordinated leadership, trade unions at all levels have implemented their activities effectively and efficiently.
As Tet nears, the support programs from trade unions at all levels represent both concrete assistance and messages of care and solidarity. Thanks to this support, workers can look forward to a more complete and fulfilling holiday.
The Ministry of Labor, Invalids and Social Affairs has announced the completion of 12,800 renovated or newly built houses across the country, replacing temporary and dilapidated structures. These homes will give impoverished and near-impoverished households a fresh start, enabling them to celebrate the Lunar New Year in comfort. This initiative showcases the party, state, and government's dedication to supporting vulnerable communities.
With government support of 2,400 USD and guidance from the commune to secure an additional 2,000 USD in policy loans, Theo Phie's family can not only celebrate Tet in their new home, but also fulfill her wish of hosting her youngest child's wedding there.
Many thanks to the party and state. This year, I have a new house and a daughter-in-law.
Local authorities are prioritizing housing completion for the most disadvantaged households to ensure they can move into new homes before Tet. The Phie family, who lived in a dilapidated thatched roof house for over 20 years, never imagined owning a solid home. Thanks to government support, they combined it with their savings of $1,200 to build their new house.
I have a new house for Tet. It's great, thanks to the party and state.
We are focusing our resources on helping people build new houses and aim to complete 2,098 houses before Tet.
The Ministry of Labor, Invalids, and Social Affairs reported good progress in eliminating temporary and dilapidated houses, but localities need to be more proactive in mobilizing additional resources.
While many localities have mobilized resources beyond their needs, others still lack sufficient funding to eliminate all temporary and dilapidated houses.
Localities with large numbers of temporary and dilapidated houses, such as Tuyen Quang with 7,000 and Ha Giang with 11,000, aim to complete the program by July.
President Ho Chi Minh devoted special attention to traditional arts throughout his life. He once said, "Develop the good traditions and absorb the new elements of the world to build a Vietnamese culture that is national, scientific, and popular." And inspired by his wisdom, successive generations of Vietnamese artists have preserved and elevated the essence of traditional art and folk music, enriching today's cultural and artistic landscape.
The teachings of President Ho Chi Minh are conveyed through traditional cheo singing. The sum melody is incorporated into a modern musical performance. The piece Trong Kum, or Rice Drum, has attracted tens of millions of views on social media. Traditional folk songs are presented by musicians through various forms of expression.
I aim to showcase the finest and most unique aspects of the art form I'm pursuing and preserving, allowing people to see its true beauty. While we must protect these art forms and their identity, we also need to infuse them with the vitality of modern life.
President Ho Chi Minh consistently emphasized that artists should explore, research, learn, and perform their regional folk songs with beauty and emotional depth. They must both preserve and develop the folk music tradition to authentically portray the lives, work, and struggles of the people.
We must inherit the artistic essence and values of our ancestors and develop them to new heights in the revolutionary era, in order to bring those spiritual values to the people.
The teachings of Uncle Ho have deeply influenced younger generations of artists.
The element of novelty is very important, but it still must be placed on a cultural foundation, where we must do it right and preserve its value.
The precious heritage of folk songs and traditional melodies provides a solid foundation for today's artists to unleash their creativity and affirm our nation's unique cultural identity while engaging in international cultural exchange.
And as usual, let's move on to the weather forecast. that's all the news we have for this hour. To rewatch our program, you can download our mobile app VTVgo or check out our YouTube channel VTV4Go. Thank you for watching and see you next time.